Hi there, team, and welcome back to the Coffee Roasters Wrap. In this market recap episode, I'm going to be providing you guys an update on everything happening in the market and everything you need to know as a coffee roaster. Let's jump in. So, as of the 21st of January, we've seen the coffee price settled a little bit mixed, with arabica prices closing down 0.17%, while March robusta prices have actually surged 2.33%. We're hitting a 6 weeks high on the robusta price, and the robusta rally is stemming traditionally when Vietnam is having their Lunar New Year holiday. Vietnam being the biggest producer of robusta, it can affect and kind of stall the flow and movement of coffee at that time. So we do traditionally see a little bit of an increase around this time of year and this holiday period in Vietnam as well. Then we have arabica. Arabica has slightly fallen from its recent 1 month high, with some reports coming out about updated kind of figures and supply figures. So with that report, we had C Cafe reported a record-breaking 2024 exports for Brazil, with arabica exports up 20% year on year to 37 million bags, and the robusta exports surging 98% from up to 9.4 million bags. It's interesting to see this export figures increasing, and for me and from my opinion, I'm questioning whether these increased exports are starting to lower the in-country inventory levels and kind of that buffer stock that would traditionally be held for both arabica and robusta in Brazil. So the inventories are actually also weighing on the prices that we're seeing at the moment. The ICE monitored arabica inventories hit a 2.5-year high of nearly 1 million bags, while robusta inventories reached a 3.5 month high. However, even with this kind of reaching these moving up in the ICE inventory levels, we are seeing some bullish news as well. So Brazil crop forecasting, which is been the big topic towards the end of last year with some of those reports we saw, and then also a new report coming out recently from CONAB. They've trimmed its 2024 coffee crop estimate by 1.1%. This is down to 54.2 million bags. Additionally, dry weather in the Minas Gerais region of Brazil, their top arabica producing region, is limiting rainfall to only 53% of its historical average. Potentially, this is going to be affecting yields as well. As we know, rainfall is really important. It's about the timeline of that rainfall. It's about the health of the plants during flowering, but then also turning those flowers into buds and into cherries. So there is some concerns about those statistics of actual rainfall being quite low. The other thing looking ahead, concerns about Brazil's long-term production is still there. We've seen Volcafe has actually cut its 2025-26 Arabica production estimates down to 34.4 million bags, citing further drought damage. So it looks like they're seeing more results from that to make that amendment to their prediction. This could also lead to a global Arabica deficit of 8.5 million bags for the 25-26 season. This would mark the 5th consecutive year that Brazil has had a deficit, and this is a big concern. We've seen some reports. There was a Caravella came out, Alejandro spoke amazingly on the Map It Forward podcast about anything less than 42, from his perspective, is 42 million bags is very concerning. And here we have Volcafe's estimates being quite low as well. So it is concerning that we're looking like 25-26 production out of Brazil will be a deficit. And what does this mean for you as a coffee roaster? We're going to have a prolonged period of pressure on the C market, and it's critical about our planning. That pressure on the C market will maintain high price. It will maintain a low spot position in your country. No matter where you are around the world, spot position is going to be very challenging to come back while our supply is quite low. So it's important to be forecasting with this insight. Also important to understand Robusta prices remaining underpinned by production challenges. With Vietnam, we saw its 23-24 crop drop 20% to its smallest in 4 years, while Vietnam's Coffee and Cocoa Association raised its 24-25 production forecast slightly up to 28 million bags. Exports for the 24 have fallen over 17% year on year. the global exports are continuing to grow. So we're seeing more coffee being exported, but we're seeing a lot of reports about lower harvests. So this is an early signal from my perspective, and from a lot of what we're hearing in the market as well, is this is an early signal of actually hitting some more kind of dangerous deficit levels. So we're seeing more coffee exported and we're seeing less coffee produced in those regions. The International Coffee Organization has reported a 15.1% year-on-year rise in October shipments for the new season and an 11.7% increase on 23-24. Brazil's 24 coffee exports also hit a record of 46.3 million bags, further pressuring the price. So as a roaster, guys, that's kind of what's happening in the market right now. We're seeing those new reports coming out. We're seeing more forecast about pressure on the production out of Brazil and also the production out of Vietnam for largest robusta and largest arabica, respectively, for both markets. So it's important, guys, for you as a roaster to stay informed, up to date about everything happening in the market. Be sure to follow along on Spotify, YouTube, or on our Instagram to keep up to date with everything happening in the market. We will have some more guest episodes coming out on the podcast for you all shortly. Be free to drop any comments below or questions you have. And if you need any help with your management, planning, and forecasting for your green coffee, you can always reach out to us here at Green Square. Happy roasting, team, and I'll talk to you all soon.